Netflix hasn't formally announced Uglies 2, despite your desire for one following the shocking conclusion of Uglies. Although the much-anticipated Netflix adaptation of Scott Westerfeld's dystopian sci-fi novel has not received positive reviews from critics, it has drawn a sizable audience. With 20.6 million views on its first weekend of release, Uglies continues to hold the record for most views globally. To guarantee that Westerfeld's follow-up Pretties is adapted for the big screen, it must maintain its current momentum. The public must assert itself and demand that the book series be completed. It's a book series, of course. The director MCG told Deadline, "The tale continues, but we need everyone to demand it. Movies are expensive and difficult to produce, they must be worthwhile. All of us are really hopeful that the stories will go on, which is, of course, the main reason we agreed to participate in the first place. We wish to present the entire narrative of this book series. Here's all you need to know about Uglies 2, also known as Pretties, while we wait to see if Netflix confirms a sequel. The movie will need to gain momentum beyond its first week. Will there be an Uglies 2? It's difficult to predict at this point whether Uglies 2 will be released by Netflix. It all depends on how well liked the first film is there. Alright, I'm game. MCG may or may not want to do it. And clearly, how many people watch it, how many times, is what matters when it comes to Netflix and the other powers that be, Westerfeld said decider. Joey King, who starred in the lead role of Uglies and served as executive producer, looks eager for a follow-up. But she is also not planning too far ahead. We're particularly interested to see how this one connects with people, how it performs, and how the world reacts to it, I believe. Before the film's release, she said to Collider, "We'll see what happens. All we can do as of September 20th is wait and see, as Netflix has not yet approved a sequel." Uglies 2 potential release date. When can we expect Pretties? As previously stated, Netflix has not officially confirmed Uglies 2, thus a formal release date is unknown. Determining the release date of a possible sequel is particularly challenging in light of the original film's delays. After filming wrapped up in late 2021, Uglies underwent some rumored reshoots early in 2024 before debuting on Netflix on September 13, 2024. We don't think the sequel would be released almost 3 years after it was filmed, but it's unlikely that we'll see it in 2025 unless it's been secretly taped, and even then, we could have to wait until 2026. For the time being, this is just conjecture, and we will make update video as soon as we learn more. Uglies 2 cast, who could come back in Pretties? Based on the novel Pretties, we can infer some rather accurate predictions about who will return in Uglies 2. We'd expect Joey King back as Tally Youngblood, alongside Keith Powers as David, Brian TJU as Shay, Jan Louis Castellanos as Croy, and Laverne Cox as Dr. Cable, among others. Chase Stokes will return as Paris because he appears in the sequel book, Uglies, assuming he survives the fall at the conclusion. But if a cinematic sequel is made, it can decide to take a different turn. The Crims, a new group that Tally encounters in New Pretty Town, are introduced in Pretties. Therefore, characters like Zane, the founder of the Crims, and Fausto, a member of the Crims, would need to appear in the sequel. Uglies 2 plot, what happens in Pretties? Except for a significant alteration involving Paris, Uglies unfolds and concludes much like the book does. In order to serve as a test subject for Maddie's treatment for the brain injuries, Tally consents to become a Pretty. In the book's follow-up, Pretties, Tally is content with her new life as a Pretty but is always conscious of an unsettling feeling. Soon after, a letter from her past appears, and when she reads it, it irrevocably alters her new existence. Tally must decide whether to fight for her former life or to fight to forget what she has learned. Without giving anything away, Paris appears in the book's sequel at a few pivotal points. Therefore, the sequel would have to accommodate his death if the film series does indeed end with the events of Uglies. And among the audacious changes made to Paris was one that came from Westerfeld's concept. There is a small difference between Paris in the novel and the movie. I wanted to have one more moment where he chooses to become a special so that he may have a complete journey. He said to Decider. Though brief, it completes the unfinished storyline. I reasoned that I could add a little bit to the subplot since it wasn't included in the book. Uglies 2 trailer, any footage of Pretties? Regretfully, no. You'll have to wait a while for Uglies 2, as it hasn't even been officially confirmed or filmed. Just about a month before Uglies came out, the first trailer was released. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.